get started. Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday night here at Beyond the Airwaves, the Infinity Project. It's Hump Day. Yeah.
Hump Day, motherfuckers!
Yep. Anyway, since it is Wednesday, that means it's time for Warzone Wednesday. We'll have stories that will make you laugh, think, cry, get upset, and we'll even fire a
Here we
rant
go.
rocket. Or a Supernova Rant Rocket, that is.
Hello, Janet.
You know, before we get started, I just gotta make 2 comments.
Okay.
Number 1, Janet's in trouble for being late.
Well, I had dishes to do first, smartass.
I know, I just had to give you shit. And number
I'm giving you
2,
shit.
and number 2,
Nice pun.
Ashley and Mike are in trouble for being late.
Hello.
Hello, hold on a second.
Thirsty.
If you don't, I know you don't like Gatorade very well, but this stuff is not as bad as Gatorade is.
I know. No, I mean, I do like Gatorade because to me, it's not as salty as Powerade. That's just me though. Just saying.
And it's right the opposite with me.
Mm-hmm.
To me, well, I think it's because when you quit that.
What's going on?
Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Out. Cosmo, out.
Out, 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 out,
Out.
out, out.
Where are you? Out. Out. He was pulling on the blanket I have in the bottom of my chair.
Oh. And I see. Go ahead.
You know why I don't like Gatorade? I had to take a colonoscopy several years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And part of what I needed to drink was Gatorade to keep me from getting dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the other liquid I had to drink for other things, that shit was salty.
Well,
that's why I'm not a big fan of Gatorade.
That's fine.
But
hey,
I
that's
found
okay.
this. You know, it doesn't have as much salt. Oh, 230 milligrams of sodium.
Okay, that's
which
not
ain't
bad.
too bad.
All right.
By the way, go ahead, continue. Go on with the intros.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that away. All right. Anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme. I'm currently joined on the line by 3 of my crazy cohorts. First, we have our master creator Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
Let's see how much trouble we could cause tonight.
All right, let's see. To my bottom left, we have our resident Ford Anglia 105E, John. Hello, John.
Hey, Shirley.
And below me, we have our super sus Janet. Hello, Janet.
Hello.
And we have Sajo in the chat room. And by the way, I did check the settings. We do have sound tonight.
Awesome.
Because what's been happening is every time I have to restart or start up my computer, somehow the settings on there on Streamlabs goes off. But at least I know what it is now, so.
Okay. How many in this room talking now have got that big old massive Windows 10 update?
I did.
I got it.
Yeah.
Me too. And I started it about 8:30 last night. I didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was still going.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. That's why I did mine
Well,
at
it
about.
wasn't like that for me, or Frodo for that matter. I don't think.
There's a resident Joker.
Hey,
You're in trouble.
Late? I beg your pardon.
You are.
Yeah.
I know. I'm kidding. Ash told me that Mike and Ashley. I'm like, well, excuse me. No, it's Wednesday, and I had group tonight, so it's my usual.
That makes sense. Okay. And you need to change your name.
I will get to that in a second. I just checked my email, making sure that my order got shipped.
Okay, that's fine. Order the court. Yes, sir. I'd like a Subway.
I would like a half rack of ribs with beans and potato salad.
Ooh.
You're not allowed that.
I would like a Jersey Mike gluten-free bread sandwich with a Philly cheesesteak minus the cheese. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they've actually done that for me a couple times, so.
Nice.
More power to.
By the way, Mike.
Yeah.
Don't do anything naughty today. Unlike yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sajo's in the chat. Hey, Sajo.
What did I do yesterday that was naughty?
Oh, going in the bathroom with Ash.
Careful.
I did not.
I'm teasing.
Okay, Ash looked at me like, what? Mommy?
Hey,
We were
Twitch,
teasing.
don't fault us for our creators' sense of humor.
Yes, please. Please, 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 please.
There's no chance we're gonna get...
Okay, you guys ready to start the war room stuff?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good, because I found an update on the derailing that happened over the weekend in Sibley, Iowa.
All right, cool.
Turns out that according to authorities, the derailment was the result of a small bridge collapse.
Ah.
That would make sense.
Basically, the train went over a bridge over a what I believe was an irrigation ditch. Then just shared the link to the article in the chat.
Okay, I'll get it to everybody else in a momento.
Well, the bridge collapsed under the train's weight. That stopped the front cars going and caused a pileup in the back.
Ooh. Did they say whether or not anybody on the train was hurt?
No, they haven't. So I suspect
The engineer or the conductor or anybody?
I suspect since they haven't brought that up, that probably no one was injured. They did say the fire was not caused by diesel oil, not ammonium nitrate burning, which is good.
For that.
But the train itself lost about 47 cars in the accident.
Now that part I do remember.
Be interesting to see what kind of a bath the company shipping the fertilizer is going to have to take.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
It's probably going to end up as a bloodbath.
I wonder how much UP is going to have to pay to replace those cars that were derailed.
Mm-hmm. I suspect they've got insurance.
Yeah.
All right, so having essentially run that point into the ground, don't worry, Shirley. The article's not long at all.
Oh, okay.
Who's got another one?
Let's see. I know this. This weekend it's gonna get hot down here.
Oh, you have my sympathy.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be 91 Saturday. Now that doesn't feel too bad, but Sunday will be 94. Monday 96.
Again,
yeah. Yeah, and I'll tell you this right now. If this holds up by Memorial Day weekend, we could possibly be hitting 100.
Yeah.
Hey,
sounds like your favorite number there, Shirley.
Yeah, it's a good number, but not the temperatures.
Say a little prayer for those people in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They got over 15 inches of rain.
Yeah.
And all of that rainwater drains into Lake Pontchartrain. Mm-hmm. And it's a very big lake. It looks more like an ocean when you cross. Remember when we crossed the bridge over Lake Pontchartrain going to New Orleans?
Yeah, I remember.
It looks like a giant ocean on either side of that bridge. But it is a lake.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's just say a little prayer.
Yeah, because the problem is the reason I'm getting the heat is the reason Baton Rouge is getting the rain. We're stuck in this ridge, and all that moisture is going right into Texas and Louisiana. That's where all the heavy rain's going. So.
And it's coming straight up to Mississippi into Iowa.
Mm. Yeah, well, I
because hold on, Shirley, you right now have a high pressure center
right
on top of you,
right over my head. Yep.
Okay, and if you know anything about how pressures work, and I'm gonna have to do it reverse to me, so apologies to make it look right, but the airflow around a high pressure center is always clockwise.
Yeah.
So the pressure is off to this side, close to like the coast. It's going like this. Well, like this. Ah! You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's on this backflow here. It's taking the moisture and everything from the Gulf of Mexico and just shooting it.
Well, I can
straight up
actually,
the
I can actually bring
Mississippi.
it up because, oops, hold on, that was not it. This, oh, all right, that's what I had in mind. I've got the radar up.
There we go.
Mhm.
Can you share the link?
Actually, no. It's an app called My Radar that Frodo recommended to me.
Gotcha.
So.
It's free.
Mhm.
You can look it up in the Windows Store on Windows 10.
Yeah.
Or Microsoft Store.
Yeah.
And it's a free download.
But yeah, essentially over the top of Shirley's head right now, she has this massive what do you want to call
high
it?
pressure system.
Well, now part of it is look according to I've been stuck in a gradient today because like they got the low pressure and the high pressure and
Well, most of the
So
time.
she's under a high pressure system, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yep,
That's what we.
ZZ Top would be proud.
But no, this high pressure, like I was saying, John, it's essentially flinging all the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and we all know how much moisture the Gulf of Mexico has.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's taking it and just whoop, straight up. So all of us here in the Mississippi Basin are getting pounded with high humidity and high moisture. In fact, here in Iowa, we're having a bunch of pop-up thunderstorms up here simply because it's so moist.
Oh yeah. That's usually what we would get here. You know, like I almost know what time it is when the thunderstorms come in the afternoon or in the summer.
Yeah. Well,
So.
for us, it's just a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
I know Mike is trouble.
What am I not?
When you're.
Oh, go ahead, Janet.
I've been trying to say something for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, sorry.
But anyway, that's what's been causing our 100 plus degree temperatures. We have this high pressure dome that's sitting right over us, and it's pushing what little bit of rain comes out of California up and over and down, like up, over, and down like that. What little bit of rain there is in California. But the high pressure is going to be booted out of the way, and we're going to get wind and a high in the upper 80s by the weekend.
Very nice.
You know what,
so
Jan?
What?
I hope you all get a nice severe thunderstorm soaker.
I do. I hope we do too, because they showed Lake Pleasant, and the Lake Pleasant is one of our major recreational lakes, and the water level is down really, really low.
I believe it.
Because we've entered a drought. What did they call the first stage of a drought?
Abnormally dry?
Yes. Well, they didn't exactly.
Well, here's the thing. You live in abnormally dryville, USA.
Yeah. Well, what does Arizona mean? Arid zone. Arid zone.
Yep.
Arizona, arid zone.
And literally, you live in the middle of a. Hi, we're just gonna sit a big old high pressure dome on top of you, and you can go to hell.
Yeah, so Jan will actually be cool. Jan will be cooler than me this weekend.
Well, you want to know something?
What?
We did literally go to hell one year when our temperature at Sky Harbor Airport hit 122.
Oy.
And they couldn't get enough lift from the heat for the aircraft to take off. So they had to shut down Sky Harbor Airport until the sun went down and it cooled off some and the planes could get enough lift to take off.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
get into a little physics here.
Okay.
I actually got a question for everyone,
All right.
except John, because he already knows.
Okay.
Not to be mean, but why is it that in hot weather you can't get lift on an airplane?
Because the high pressure is sinking air.
So it's like you got. Oh, I'm trying to look for the words to describe what my hands are doing.
I'm thinking high pressure. I
think it has something to do with pressure. I think it has something to do with air pressure.
Should I answer it for him?
It actually doesn't have anything to do with pressure. Go for it, John.
Ladies, high pressure or high temperatures mean low density. And it's the air density that gives lift.
The more heat that you have, the molecules of your air spread out further. Okay, the same process is happening in boiling water. When you boil water, it expands 1,700 times what you get in regular water. The thing is, when it's cold, air molecules compress together because there's less movement in those molecules. Temperature is average molecular kinetic energy.
Yep.
Okay, that kinetic energy is the big thing because that's moving. That means that stuff is going like this. Now, if your temperature's high, your air molecules spread further and further apart. That means your airplanes that try and use the air to do the aerodynamic slip, right? Can't get enough air molecules to go over and under the wing to allow the plane or whatever to rise.
Well, that's what I was trying to say with the hand gestures. I knew it had something to do like that.
Yeah, it's difficult to explain, but
think of it like this. You get lift because the wing is essentially acting like a propeller blade, but it moves, it doesn't rotate. If you're spinning it, if you're moving it, for example, through water, the water is going to be dense enough that it'll provide a lot of lift. Move it through air, that's going to be a lot less dense. The air gets all the less denser when the temperature rises. When you don't have that density, you can't take off.
And it also can cause another little issue that people in your state, Janet, probably experienced at one point. Rubber melting. Asphalt in general, the asphalt layer on streets is bound together by a hydrocarbon. It's essentially an oil. Okay. And if you get that temperature high enough, the hydrocarbon itself is going to get hot. And that heat goes up into your tires. And whereas the air temperature might be 130, your tire temperature will be probably in the range of about 160, 170,
Maybe that would explain. Maybe that would explain how come cars and semi trucks use these lose the long strips of rubber you see laying by the side of the road.
No, Janet, that happens all over the place. That happens because people blow their tires on the interstate, they ride on the rims until they can pull over, and that usually shreds the tire material.
But here's the thing. So you've got that material that is asphalt. Basically, it's rocks, small little pebbles, combined with a medium based in a hydrocarbon, aka oil.
It's basically tar.
Yeah, it's a tar and rocks, and yeah. When you have that heat, the black of the asphalt absorbs heat fast. And then the rocks themselves that are in the asphalt retain it. So you've got the makeup of essentially a cast iron pan on the street.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy to think about, but it's true. So you get a cast iron pan hot enough, what happens? Shit melts. You get the asphalt hot enough, what happens? Well,
Flares go boom.
Well, yeah, and those lovely tires that are on airplanes, they're pretty thick. But they have one big fault.
What was that?
They're still made of rubber.
Oh.
Exactly. Plus, they are, despite their thickness, they have a lot of weight sitting on them, so they're under plenty of pressure as it is.
Under pressure, just like that song by
David Bowie. David Bowie and Queen.
ZZ Top.
More pressure.
David Bowie and
under
who?
Pressure.
You got me under pressure.
Okay. Mike. I think we've got a I think we've got a scammer in the chat.
Hold on a second. Let me jump to the chat.
Want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers at blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bot. That's a spam. I'm not in the chat yet, but I'm on my way.
Okay.
Working on it.
But yeah, here, and when you said that, John, that the weight of the plane also has a problem with it, you're damn right. Because the more pressure that is holding that rubber to the tarmac,
more air pressure is in, and the more stressed the rubber is going to be.
It's kind of like, I don't know if this would work. Good analogy, but it's like you blow up a balloon, and you blow up a balloon, and you blow up a balloon, and you blow up a balloon till it pops.
Exactly.
That's a good analogy. Another one would be a condom breaking.
Well, condom break, well, it's stress causing failure. It's basically, folks, stress is like pressure inside a rigid body. It can come from external pressure, it can come from a load. But the fact is, that rigid body can only take so much stress before it cracks, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I never knew we were going to get.
I've seen.
Surely, never knew we were going to get a physics lesson.
Why?
Never knew we were going to get a physics lesson.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know, no. Well, hey, we don't have a whole lot of rant rockets.
That's true.
So why not?
Yeah, but let me see. Let me ask you this, guys. Did you hear what happened to that 11-year-old girl in Florida?
She was the one who fought off a kidnapper, right?
Correct.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just say she was very smart. So what happened was her parents had gone with her every day until yesterday morning. But apparently this guy had kept an eye on her for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So he tried to kidnap her. She fought him off. And here's the interesting thing. She was playing with some of that, that slimy stuff. It was blue slime. When authorities found him, he had some blue slime on his arm.
Nice.
So it's like that girl just gave the evidence, like, you're not getting out of this one, hotshot.
Kind of like those dye packs, exploding dye packs and money bags.
Yeah.
I got a good story for you on that subject.
Oh no! When he has a good story, it's a runaway.
Okay. My maternal grandfather, my mom's father, in his working days, he was the school principal. Somebody in that school was making off with the payroll for the lunch staff. One day he decided to find out who. He took some of the powder that's used to make the dye and exploding dye packs and coated some money left for a sucker in it. Then the next morning, he watched all his students come into the school, didn't see one of them. He walked down to a nearby gas station and found that student trying to wash his hands, which were now purple, in gasoline.
Ooh.
And as my grandpa liked to put it, afterwards he could have dropped a $20 bill in the hall and everybody would have steered clear of it.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Hey, it worked for him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh yeah, Janet had a little funny thing with the plane landing on the 202 yesterday.
Oh yeah.
As in the highway 202.
Oh yeah. How would you like to see that on your morning commute, guys?
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer not to.
Yeah,
I'm just
me
getting
too.
water, don't worry.
Oh.
That's fine.
Yeah,
me
I've
too.
watched Mayday air disaster.
Mm-hmm.
How about that one that had landed in a neighborhood in Georgia?
Mm.
Well, as long as it landed
That one,
instead of
Shirley?
crashing.
What?
Yeah. Bless you.
I'm gonna start getting making supper ready for me and my wife.
Dinner.
Let's see.
I know one thing's for sure.
What's that?
Really?
Janet's trouble.
What's that?
That's your trouble, Janet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess what?
What?
I changed my Among Us name to Undercover.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I fared a lot better.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now there is something sad. Janet, I think you were bringing up John Barrowman last night.
All right.
What's going on?
Barrowman has been losing jobs because of apparent claims of sexual harassment and sexual assault. It's like, well,
sexual harassment and indecent exposure.
Is that not sexual harassment?
Well, he said he was doing it as a joke, but when you flaunt certain parts of your body, that is totally inappropriate. He's lost a gig with Big Finish.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's losing Doctor Who gigs left and right, so it's like, oh man.
And I just lost all respect for the guy.
Well, now hold on, Janet.
What?
Let him get proven guilty, then lose your respect for him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. You got to remember some of these guys, especially Barrowman, he's eclectic would be a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to remember he is I don't want to sound disrespectful or anything, but he is in the LGBT spectrum. And sometimes people in that spectrum, they may.
Are you sure you mean eclectic, Frodo, or eccentric?
There you go. Eccentric. I always get those two words mixed up. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Trust me. You ever seen the play Much Ado About Nothing?
Yeah.
You should look at Dogberry's dialogue if you think you frequently get words mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
But needless to say, Barrowman is eccentric in his own ways. Doesn't mean he's a bad actor.
No.
It just means that maybe some of his actions would be frowned upon in polite society. It's.
Well,
go ahead, John.
Let me ask you this, Frodo. What are the details of what he did? What are the details specifically of what he claims was a joke?
We can't exactly mention it on Twitch.
Yeah.
Actually, well, we can mention it without mentioning certain aspects.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did he do that was a joke? That he said was a joke?
Supposedly, he did this multiple times. He'd come out of his trailer or his dressing room or whatever it was and have the twig and giggles all out in the open for everyone to see.
Okay. So basically, just walk out indecently exposed and act like he was fine.
Just, yeah. No big deal. Just walk out with his twig and giggles just out in the open and just
call them his
hi.
manhood.
Yeah, it's just I feel bad for him because I've met the guy at least 2-3 times. Okay.
Wow.
At Dragon Con. Let's see. One time was at Dragon Con, and one time was at the Heroes and Villains Fan Fest. Got up close and personal. I mean, he was such a sweet guy to me. Okay. Now I'm not trying to side with him. Okay. It's just that he didn't do anything to me. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't do it to others, but it's like I can understand why. But it seems like nowadays everything that's done gets under scrutiny in a heartbeat now.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey Maddie.
Maddie.
Hi Maddie. Hi Maddie Kitty. Hello Kitty.
Maddie.
Maddie.
Hey Maddie, are you being catty?
You just plop down. Here.
Nice. Hi
Maddie.
There's
Maddie.
Oh Maddie.
Maddie.
Hi Maddie. I'm Maddie for Maddie.
What do you think he's thinking right now?
What the hell is this?
No, he's probably thinking, I really like the way I'm being scratched right now. Oh,
hey, what was the name of that cat in Avengers Endgame?
Goose?
Goose. Yeah.
Goose. Captain Marvel. That was in Captain Marvel too.
Goose.
Well, actually, the cat was
like
just
naming That's like naming a dog Chicken.
The cat was an alien. Actually.
Yeah.
All right. I've heard of an alien raccoon named Rocket, and that I can understand, but like I said, naming a cat Goose is like naming a dog Chicken.
Oh, you know what?
Or naming a cow Chicken.
Or naming a chicken cow.
Speaking of aliens, one of my favorite commercials is for Dunkin' Coffee.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I know what you're talking about.
The alien comes in and he's looking in the freezer and he goes, "All right, who used up all the milk?" And his wife had been drinking Dunkin' Coffee and she could drink all the milk.
She huffs and like. Oh, by the way, Janet, I finally did see that Geico commercial with Yogi and Boo Boo.
Me too.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I love
I just saw that not too long ago and I thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I'm smarter than the average bear.
Yeah. I tell you, Boo Boo, every summer the same thing. Hey, look at the bears! Look at the bears! Look at the bears! Char goes by. Look at the bears! Look at the bears! Look at the bears! Look at the bears!
Oh, you could make an Iowa 80s song equivalent of that.
Hey, Ash.
Ash, you're being summoned again.
Look at the screen.
Actually, have summoned there.
Oh. I just wish they'd get the water park a little closer to Goodyear. They just opened up. They're getting ready to open up another water park in Glendale.
That's good.
What do you think of what Maddie's doing right now, Ash?
Hold on a minute. Oh, Maddie. Oh my God, that feels so wonderful.
Like,
A little
keep
lower.
scratching.
A little lower.
Keep
A little
List
lower,
out.
please, boss.
That's it.
Oh, that's good.
No lower. No lower. No lower.
Okay, I'm giving you guys the heads up. My mom may be coming home soon.
Okay.
Good for
And
her.
it'll be a slight change of things. I'll keep you informed.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That's fine.
But Jack
yeah.
may need my help to do certain things.
That's fine. That's okay. Remember, the first rule of this show is real life goes first.
Yep.
That's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
If you have to
You
get
never
in and
loved
out,
me
in and
anyway.
out, it's fine. Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Because it's that thing called life. Don't talk to
Life.
me about
Yeah,
life.
about life.
He's
Did
just so
anyone get the
chill right
reference?
now.
Did
Oh,
anyone
look
get
at.
the reference I just made, or did
What?
they?
I didn't hear it.
As soon as Shirley said, "That's all right," I said, "That's all right. That's okay. You never loved me anyway."
I know it's from a song, but I can't remember the name of it. Damn it.
And I think it's time for you to just move on.
Ah, damn it.
Wilson Phillips?
No, it's a lot earlier. Think around 2000.
His eyes are.
Wilson Phillips was 1990, so let's
Look at
see.
the
He's
eyes.
looking. Guys, he's looking at the screen.
Hello, Manny.
I'd sing the rest of the. I'd give you the rest of the chorus, but that would give away the title.
Yeah. Clueless. I can't remember.
That's all right. That's okay. I bet you never thought you'd hear me say that I think it's time for you to find another dumb blonde.
Thank goodness I'm not even blonde.
Sorry about that.
Well, we could
okay.
correct.
Okay. Hold on. Who here remembers an old Nickelodeon movie called Snow Day?
Yes.
Yep.
That was basically the theme song to that movie. Another dumb blonde.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Bad, John. Bad.
Did you just spray your computer camera?
No.
Good.
I made it look like I did.
Bad
We're
cat,
on the
bad
water
cat.
drop.
What you gonna do? What you gonna
What you
do?
No, bad cat, bad cat. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the dog comes for you?
Oh, this cat doesn't care about most dogs. As long as they
that's
aren't
good.
bigger than him, he'll be like, "Yeah, bitch."
It'll be kind of like Garfield around Odie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My late brother had a cat that took on a doggone pit bull and won. Got on the dog's back and dug in and wouldn't let go.
Nice.
Let's see. How can we chuck Janet under the bus today?
You don't.
We get a bus and we chuck Janet under it.
I'm just teasing you, Jan.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Good one.
How come you always pick on me? You don't pick on. How come you always pick on me or Mike? You very seldom pick on Shirley. It's mostly me or Mike.
Oh, he picks on me.
He's picked on me.
I pick on Shirley in behind closed doors because honestly, on the show, I don't want to make it seem like me and Shirley are at odds with each other, even though Monday it almost came to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
I forgot what happened on Monday.
Depression.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, let's just say when he was I almost pulled a trick Frodo did with me.
Yeah.
Well, it pissed me off. Some stuff pissed me off, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but needless to say, it made me feel like I was about that big.
Yeah.
I kind of know how you feel because I feel like I'm banging my head against a wall at times.
Guys, James Taylor said it
Excuse
best,
me.
probably some years before I was born. Everybody has the blues.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, Ash, you've been awful quiet tonight. Any good stories for War Room Wednesday?
No, I don't have any. I wish I did.
Did you have to work? Ash, did you have to work today?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, that's a good enough reason.
I'm trying to look up some news stories. I will say that today the House did approve the bill to make a commission
For January
about
6th.
the January 6th insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the representatives said something amazing during the debate for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you say?
All right. I'm actually pulling it up.
Okay.
I got water on some of them.
I would go Jeopardy, but then we'd go into copyright issues.
And actually, I don't think for this we'd need to do. Well, actually, yes, we would because this is Brian Tyler Cohen.
Oh yeah, I
All
follow
right.
him.
Yeah.
Shirley, are you sure you want to scratch your back with a thing as sharp as that?
Oh, it's not sharp at all.
All
See?
right.
Yeah, it's not sharp right here.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
It's made of wood.
Yeah, it's a
All
wooden
right.
sword. You see, let me put it this way. When I got this at Dragon Con, I saw this, and I also saw an Ultra Saber's lightsaber sword of this thing. So I'm thinking either $20 for this or $300 for that. Obviously, I chose this.
Oh yeah.
Because as much as I would have loved, it's like, that's out of my budget. Forget it.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm going
Do
to
you
go to
think?
it's not like I'm going to go to Dragon Con every year anyway, because I won't be able to for a little while.
Oh yeah.
Which that's okay, really, because as long as it's in Atlanta every year at Labor Day, I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh, I heard a rumor.
Oh, what's the rumor?
Dragon Con's moving
No, it's not.
to Washington, D.C.
No, it isn't.
in the Trump International Hotel.
Nah.
Oh, you know what? Trump would probably go trying to recruit a furry into his.
What would you say if Dragon Con announced that though, Shirley?
Oh, I'd be sad, but I'd be sad and disappointed. But it's like, well, maybe it was no longer no longer a viable, setting. Because let's face it, it's in 5 host hotels. At one point, when I first went, it was only 3.
Which one did we stay in? Which one?
Oh God, guys,
go ahead.
I just gotta say, I just was in I'm on my YouTube, and I can't say everything, but I just saw a video from Real World Police, and all it says for its title is, "I was fixing my blank lips, dude."
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, let's see.
Okay,
Janet.
I got a rant rocket.
Okay.
I got a rant rocket.
Oh, by the way, Janet.
Share the link, Frodo, in the Zoom chat. I think I may
Okay.
have seen this.
Okay, Janet. By the way, we stayed at the Holiday Inn Express.
Okay, thank you. Oh, what day? Now, real quick, what day of the week does Memorial Day fall on?
Monday. But it's not this
No
Monday.
show then.
It's next Monday because next Monday is the 31st.
Janet, you know Memorial Day always falls on a Monday, right?
Now I do.
Well, it's the last Monday in May.
Yeah. Now before that, it was actually like, what did they have it like May 30th or something like that? It was before.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Guys,
I know. Yes.
I just put the post, the thing from Brian Tyler Cohen.
I like Brian Tyler Cohen. Okay,
probably.
He really is good.
Well, thanks for that. I was talking about the link to the video I was
No,
adjusting.
I'm about ready. I'm about to do that one too, John.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I have seen this. But I better not play it because it'll play in the background.
Oh, hey, hold on.
There's the other one for you, John.
I found one.
But no, one. Here's what I want you to do, Shirley.
Okay.
If you can, put up the Brian Tyler, do the fair use first.
All right, we'll do that. Get right now. Okay. Oops. We've got a dark picture. Give me a second.
Anyway, now do the Brian Tyler Cohen start of it. Just the speech. You don't have to go into Brian Tyler Cohen's entire thing. Just
there we go. Okay. Got it.
And put it up on vid.
Okay, just did. All right.
Go.
Here we go.
Thank the gentleman from New York and the other Republicans who are supporting this, and thank them for their bipartisanship. To the other 90% of our friends on the other side of the aisle, holy cow. Incoherence. No idea what you're talking about. Benghazi, you guys chased the former Secretary of State all over the country, spent millions of dollars. We have people scaling the Capitol, hitting the Capitol Police with lead pipes across the head, and we can't get bipartisanship. What else has to happen in this country? Cops. This is a slap in the face to every rank and file cop in the United States. If we're going to take on China, if we're going to rebuild the country, if we're going to reverse climate change, we need two political parties in this country that are both living in reality, and you ain't one of them. I yield back the balance of my time.
This is Democratic lawmaker Tim Ryan pretty much summing up the entire debacle that's become the January 6th Commission.
What do you guys think of this speech?
Definitely impassioned. I think he's right.
Here's the thing. And if you continue watching that video, Brian Tyler Cohen goes into this.
Okay, want me to keep going with it?
Or not? No, okay. I was gonna editorialize.
Okay, cool.
This is similar. This is the shoe on the other foot for Republicans after the Benghazi situation against Hillary. This is essentially the Republicans saying, oh my God, you can't look into this stuff. Just like they did to Hillary in 2016.
Right.
And I'm not going to say that I'm a fan of Hillary Clinton's. I'm not. I personally think she's the ass end of the Democratic Party, to be honest. You know, I don't think she belongs in public office anymore. I think her time has come and gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for a party to literally say, we're doing this to make it so that the American people question a presidential candidate, and they did do that. Kevin McCarthy literally said that was the entire purpose of the Benghazi commission. To do that, and then 4 or 5 years later, say, oh, we can't investigate the insurrection of the Capitol because it doesn't matter.
I thought they already did investigate the insurrection of the Capitol, at least some.
They investigate it to an extent,
mm-hmm.
but the Democrats want a deeper investigation like what happened in 9/11 with the 9/11 Commission's report. They want a similar, nonpartisan, non-political research into what happened on that day, what caused it, what started it. They want to get to the facts of the matter. Now, John, I know you tend right of center, okay? Do you think that's wrong for people to want to know what caused it, what happened in a non-political, non uh
yeah, well,
partisan way?
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every single red-blooded American citizen who watched that shit unfold on TV wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question. Are they going to accept the report if it ultimately indicates that Donald Trump did no more than uh, tell people, you don't look into this, there's going to be hell to pay during the midst of the riots, say, now do you believe me there was going to be hell to pay? And then tell them to stop. One,
I'll accept it. Let me just put it
do
in
you
this
think that
term
they
for you.
will?
I don't know about everyone in the Republican Democratic Party, but I'm speaking from my personal experience. I'd accept it.
And I would too.
I would. Because here's the thing. There's two key words in everything I said here with this commission.
Mm-hmm.
Non-political, non-partisan.
Yeah.
Okay? If it's non-political and non-partisan, that means it's facts. Straight down the middle.
Yeah. Well, Frodo, there is an old saying you need to take into account. Statistics don't lie, statisticians do. You may be hard pressed to find somebody who is nonpartisan enough to give that kind of dissertation. And if the committee is composed of Congress people, the closest thing you're going to have to a nonpartisan setup is just equal amounts from both sides of the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, John, I understand where you're coming from, but let's take this another step.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's not have Congress involved in the actual investigation like happened in 9/11. It wasn't a congressional report. It was independent from Congress, independent from the FBI, independent from all government influences. It was there.
Yeah.
That's the kind of report I want, is a report that is not directly associated with any level of government.
Exactly.
Independent, and that's fair, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, look over your candidates carefully. Shirley, you feeling okay? You look like you were getting ready to.
Yeah, just really, really tired.
Okay. Don't worry. We only got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fact of the matter is, that's fine. Look over your candidates with a fine tooth comb. Make sure you can get them just as close to neutral as you possibly can, and then go for it.
And that's exactly what I'm thinking, because I don't want people to be to use political perspectives to find out what happened in something that could or could not be a political. Who knows? Who knows what happened on the 6th? Who really does? but I want to know fact, not partisan bullshit.
I got you, man. I want to know the same thing. I just.
And if it shows that Donald Trump wasn't involved, okay, cool, fine.
I just hope others are as accepting of it as you are. Because the fact is, chances are the main reason the Dems want this is because they're certain that it's going to show Trump was responsible. And if it doesn't, part of me thinks they're going to respond with, you didn't do your homework well enough, somebody's nonpartisan here, etc.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, it's like Matt McConaughey's character said in the movie A Time to Kill.
Mm-hmm.
They say that the law is supposed to be colorblind. Everybody's equal in the eyes of the law. Well, that's not true. The eyes of the law are human eyes. Until unless we learn to be colorblind, that's not going to happen. And
I agree with you there wholeheartedly, John. Look at all the white on black with the cops, or anywhere,
Hey, Mike.
And it's just so sad.
Yes.
While we were singing, I'm just gonna say this for everyone who witnessed my mental breakdown on Monday. While we're sitting here, I'm applying for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Frodo. Did you think about what I suggested Monday?
I have. I'm just trying to get something because, like I said, it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
well, let's see.
We're down to literally
2 minutes on the clock.
Go ahead.
All right. So tomorrow,
That's
of course.
What I got.
Yeah. Anyway, tomorrow we've got our first ever Tech Talk episode. Actually, no, second Tech Talk episode because we did one by ourselves, but this time we have Frodo involved. So this should be good, interesting, and we will do our best to turn acne technobabble into layman's terms.
Exactly.
That's gonna be a little hard at some points, but we're gonna do our best.
Yep.
Hey, Shirley, Janet, quick thing. Did the simplified explanation I tried to give for why hot air provides less lift to fixed-winged aircraft make sense? Yes, I don't know whether or not it did.
Awesome. Well, that's what I was trying to do with my hands. I know it had something to do with this and something to do with the pressure under the wings and over the wings. So that's what I was trying to explain with my hands.
Okay.
I see.
All right, then of course. Go ahead.
Quick thing. Is somebody messing around with water? I'm hearing something bubbling in the background.
Oh, let me turn off that's why I don't like to play this stupid game with the sound on.
Yeah.
That better?
Yeah.
That better?
Yeah.
All right, and of course Friday is our Friday Fun Day game du jour, which will be Among Us, and we're gonna spend time in Mira, in either Mira HQ or the Skill, or is it Polis?
Polis.
Mm-hmm. Because we've been spending so much time in the airship. I think it's time to change it up a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do.
I think we'll do Polis.
I'm so sick of that airship. I want it to get on a crash course and to stay there.
I think we're gonna go Polis just because it's odd and unusual and we don't play it much.
Yeah. I agree.
And those nodes are a bitch.
Yeah.
Plus, it'll feel a lot cooler than my neck of the woods right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me do the ending here. I can find it. All right, let me do the ending.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta go.
Bye, Frodo.
All right. right, so with that in mind, I'm going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night. Sleep well.
Folks.
Stay safe. And we'll see you tomorrow for Tech Talk. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
Everyone.